ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wrestle and Bullshit. This week, we've got Editor-in-Chief Ziggler here. What up, Ziggler?
What's up? Yeah, we're all gonna die in this weekend because fucking hurricane.
Yeah, y'all be safe. And we've got the finally returning ladies' man, Shawn. What up, Shawn?
Always a pleasure, my brother.
For sure,
Mr.
man.
Lover
For sure.
Or leaver.
I mean,
What
that's
do you
how
say?
he rolls. He said lover or lever.
Oh my.
And we've got everybody's favorite weirdo and mine, Cam. What up, Cam?
I came up with the name.
Yeah, he did. He was creative with it. I had a different name for him, but it was so bad I forgot what it was. And as always, I'm your host Syed. So let's talk about AEW All Out, the sequel to All In last year. And it's gonna be happening again in Chicago this year. So let's go over the card real quick, and the cast will give you their favorite matchups and their overall thoughts on the card. So in the pre-show, we have Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans. We have the first ever women's casino battle royal. The winner will receive a AEW women's championship match. Then we got Luchasaurus versus and Jungle Boy versus and Marco. So this is a 3-on-3 tag team match versus SoCal Uncensored. That should be a good one. We've got the Best Friends versus the Dark Order. The winner of this match is going to be entered into the tag team tournament that's going to take place during the AEW weekly TV shows. And we have Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc versus Joey Janela triple threat match. We've got Cody versus Shawn Spears, who will be accompanied by Tully Blanchard, so that's pretty cool. We've got Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks in a ladder match for the AAA World Tag Team Championship. That's definitely going to tear the house down. And we have Kenny Omega versus Pac, who's replacing John Moxley, who was injured recently. And finally, for the main event, we have Chris Jericho versus Hangman Page for the AEW World Championship match. All right, so Ziggler, which match out of these are you looking forward to the most, and your overall thoughts on the card?
Yeah, I think you missed a match though. Did you say the Rio match or?
Oh, I think I did not mention it. I think I think it was updated later, but I didn't get that. Yeah, that match too.
It's Rio versus Hikaru Shida. So.
Oh, okay. I think they added that later.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, it's two Japanese women, so it's Hound's favorite. And I mean, they should kill it, so that'll be.
Clash?
What?
I'm looking at the thing on Wikipedia, and it turns out they have a match called the Cracker Barrel Clash.
Yeah, the triple threat.
I swear, if WWE had a name for a show like that, people would castrate them.
Well, the show's not called the Cracker Barrel Clash.
Or even a match called the Cracker Barrel Clash. Anything called the Cracker Barrel Clash.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think the match that should kick off the show was the 6-man tag team match with SCU and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. That's going to be a killer match, and that will be a killer way to kick off the show, because both of those teams are so good. So I think it will be it could be an early show stealer, but there are a lot of great potential show stealers in this card. I also can't wait for that triple threat match. We were just talking about Janela, Havoc, and Allen. That's gonna be fucking insane. And if they go all out with like some like hardcore shit, that would be pretty dope. But most likely not, because again, it's not like an independent thing. So some hardcore shit would be kind of cool, but they're probably not gonna go all out. No pun intended. The ladder match will be fucking great. Every match that these two have, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers are just so goddamn good. So that ladder match will just be fucking insane. But the match I'm looking forward to the most is Pac versus Kenny Omega. That is a match of the year contender. I mean, that just I talked about this last week a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it short. I just believe this match, it will steal this show and just maybe steal the whole year. I don't know. Maybe the best match of the year. But I'm not really looking forward to that World Championship match. I don't know. It's just I'm not the biggest Chris Jericho fan. I think he's kind of like stale in the ring, but his mic skills are another level. Of course, his mic skills are one of the best today, but his in-ring work isn't working for me. But I love Hangman Page, so hopefully this match he can make this match work. I didn't like Jericho's matches with Kenny at Double or Nothing or with Okada at Dominion. So I don't know. I'm not going into this with high expectations. Hopefully it'll prove me wrong and it'll be a great main event. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
All right. And Cam, what are your thoughts on the card, and which match are you looking forward to the most?
It should be one of the bigger shows of the year, especially since it's a sequel show to one of the biggest shows of last year. Out of all the matches that are on the card, the one that sticks out the most is Pac and Omega. I mean, originally it was gonna be Moxley Omega, but injuries. But they should tear the house down and actually have one of the best matches of the year. I'm hoping for the best for them. The show like I said, the show should be a really good show. But I'm looking at the Hangman and Jericho match. Could go either way. I'm thinking that they're gonna put the belt on Hangman just to build a new star, or start out with someone established to be their first champion in Jericho.
Sounds good. And Shawn, which match are you looking forward to the most, and your overall thoughts on this card?
Well, like I've been really out of touch with like anything wrestling wise, being in like school and working right now. But I know about the original Moxley versus Omega match, and I'm kind of bummed that Moxley's out. But Pac versus Omega should be a fucking banger. Really excited about that. I think Omega's obviously gonna take the win. And Hangman and Jericho is kind of like I'm on the fence about, because I love Jericho. I met him, awesome guy. Um, and I would absolutely love. I mean, I love either of them to win, and I really think the obvious choice is going to be Jericho, but I think they also might have Page win, but like to have the first champion and to get the most recognizable face as the face of the company, like Jericho, people WWE fans will be, oh, that's Chris Jericho. Oh, I should check out this wrestling promotion. It would kind of be smarter to put the title on Jericho, but yeah. So I think Chris is gonna win. Other than that, I literally have no idea.
But wouldn't it kind of look bad, like if like AEW puts their first world championship on a former WWE world champion?
Yeah, but like
But star power.
Maybe, but the star power that Jericho has, being from New Japan, being from WWE, all these promotions, people will be, oh shit, is that Chris Jericho? Man, they're like, it's a recognizable, it's a draw. He's a way bigger name than a Hangman Page. Literally, he is. Um, and no, like nothing against Adam Page. I fucking want Adam Page to win too, but maybe like pushing him too far right now could hurt him potentially, because he's technically a fresh face on a broad new American television like weekly show. So it might hurt him, might not. You never know. But I think Jericho is the biggest power right now, so I think they're gonna put it on him, and maybe Hangman takes it off him, and then they pass the belt around. Who knows? But Jericho wins. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. I think Jericho can win, and it's kind of like a feather in his cap if he gets to become the first ever AEW champion and add it to his
He took a big
lot.
risk signing with him, going
Right,
not going behind Vince's back, but like
right.
going against the
Yeah,
company.
or if Hangman win, it's like he becomes a focal point and it becomes a big star right away for the company. But I mean, even for WWE, like Buddy Rogers was their first champion, and he was somebody that was well established before coming to WWE. So like, maybe AEW thinks putting it on
But yeah,
Jericho.
like, but nowadays, like WWE is like WWE is the biggest wrestling promotion of all time. We all know that. And Chris Jericho was mainly known for WWE. He's not mainly known for anything else other than WWE. So I think it'll kind of hurt AEW if they put their
They'll notice the big WWE face now jump ship to go to a new, hotter wrestling promotion.
Yeah, that's true too. But Jericho did win the title in New Japan though, so
True, and that brought a whole bunch of new eyes on that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want Jericho to win.
But sadly, he's going to.
But again, I also do think it's too early for Hangman Page to win the title, so it's kind of like it's.
Yeah, so Jericho should win first since he's the more skilled veteran,
Yeah.
and then maybe Kenny will take it off of him.
Yeah, I don't think that if the match is good and like Jericho like changes my mind, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, sure, you can be champion. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. But
Chris
hopefully
is a nice
it will.
guy. I met him in person.
Hey, Hangman's a nice guy too. I met him too. So.
Well, Chris likes.
Okay, let's not talk about this. All right, but yeah, I'm hoping for a good main event. Hopefully it is. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, one last thing for AEW All Out. I mean, we have been hearing rumors all week and all month. I mean, what do you guys think are the chances CM Punk shows up at AEW All Out?
Never. No. He is not showing up. He is not showing up.
Well,
Get that thought out of your head.
well,
Get that thought out of your head and go fuck yourself.
Well, my God. Well,
he's showing up at Starcast, but.
Well, it depends, like how he shows up. Like, is it just gonna like show up like backstage randomly, or is he gonna come into the ring and attack someone?
Well,
I thought if he would show up, he would be a manager.
that's
like
interesting
or not
too.
Not a manager, like a general manager type of thing.
Yeah, or he can just show up as a wrestler and just attack somebody.
Well, like I doubt he's gonna wrestle anymore, since how like old he is and like beat up he was. So maybe if he's done.
He's
Well,
only
I mean,
like 39 or 40, right?
Yeah, and but
Still,
he's also willing
he
to
had
go
a
back
lot of injuries.
into the cage, you know. So why wouldn't he come back to wrestle? I think that's.
You never
Yeah.
know, because professional wrestling takes a bigger toll on your body. But if he doesn't want to, he'll agree to be just like general manager, maybe a ring announcer, not ring announcer, my bad, commentator.
Just do commentary.
Yeah, he's a really
In a
great
non-wrestling
commentator.
role, I could see more than a wrestling role.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
But it would be pretty dope for him to be like a manager of like a younger guy too, you know? Like
true.
I don't know, like maybe like a Jimmy Havoc. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just a
Somebody
random name.
that he knows of.
Of course, somebody knows that's just some random ass guy.
No. Somebody that he's close with. I meant.
Oh.
Like maybe
Yeah.
or like I was about to say like maybe like does Shawn Spears have a manager?
Yeah. I mean,
Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, Tully's supposed to be accompanying him to the ring, but I don't know if he's like his permanent manager. Could be though.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because
I'm pretty sure he's his permanent manager.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, if CM Punk does show up, we'll definitely be coming back to this podcast. We'll definitely be listening to Cam's reaction.
I personally don't
again.
think he will, because like listening to his podcast and the reports of him on at the trial with the doctor and with Cole Cabana, he literally was miserable in wrestling. I don't think he would like. It has to be a fucking lot of
Yeah.
money.
Well,
for him to
I
come
think
back.
it was mainly just miserable with WWE.
Yeah,
Right.
that kind of like, and all his reports. Like, I don't think Punk is kind of the type to really like
I mean,
lie.
even if he doesn't have the headspace to wrestle again, I mean, a big paycheck is sometimes good enough to,
Yeah, but
change your mind.
like he even said it's like not about the money. It's about like it's what he loves doing and all this stuff. Like I from what it seemed like he was completely done. Like you could see him like he was being very genuine. Like I'm done
When was
professional
this?
wrestling. And the press for Punk versus Mike Jackson before All In.
Oh, that
Uh,
dude, that was like a few years ago, dude.
Still, and even recently, he said he has no interest in doing anything. Like he's
Look,
done with professional wrestling.
nobody hates the person CM Punk more than I do, okay? But I
Why do you hate
believe
CM Punk?
what?
Why do you hate CM Punk?
Many reasons. But
Well,
if
we're on the podcast. Let me hear it. I want to know.
I think he's an overrated wrestler. He's not that good in the ring. He's very sloppy. I don't like how he just jumped to UFC and just became a pro fighter. No, you had to start in the amateurs. You had to start in amateur MMA and then
Yeah,
make
and you
your
got his
way up
ass
to the
whipped.
big leagues. No, but this man has such a big ego. He wanted to be on pay-per-view in the UFC. No, that's not how it works. You can't have your first
He
fight in a
never like
you
he
can't have your
never
first
asked
fight in a
Dana White
pay-per-view
offered him.
You can't have your first fight in a UFC your first fight
Dana White
ever in a
offered him that
UFC
contract.
octagon, okay? No,
Dana
you have
White
to
offered
work your
him the
way up to
contract.
that. Yeah, I know. And the man should have said, no, I'm just going to be in amateurs because I
Yeah,
had to work my way up rather than get my ass kicked. But no,
yeah,
the
he
man
got
was so
mauled, but like,
stupid. Either the man was so stupid or he had big balls. Either way, he got his ass kicked because
pretty
he
much
does not
both.
know how to fight good.
He
Fighting
got
is
his ass
not in his
kicked
blood.
twice, actually.
Pro wrestling isn't even in his blood. He is not a good pro wrestler. He is sloppy as fuck. On the mic, yes, he's a great. He cuts great promos, yes, but pro wrestler, no.
Yeah, being the best in the world, I didn't really think that. I mean, as a mic and as a personality and as a character, yeah, he was fucking awesome. But as a wrestler, not the best.
Yeah, the wrestler, he wasn't the best,
He
but
wasn't terrible, but he was
he was
terrible.
far from terrible, but he was far from great.
In the
Like
indies, he was a lot better, but
like there are so many. Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off track here.
I mean,
But
yeah, his appearance. I mean, him being part of the AEW's, if that happens,
yeah,
it's gonna change the landscape of wrestling. It's gonna give AEW a huge boost.
If AEW signs CM Punk, the whole world is gonna explode. It's gonna be like the biggest thing in pro wrestling today. And so, but yeah, if they can sign CM Punk, that's a big get for them.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, so with that, let's move on to our next topic. Let's talk about King of the Ring. So here is the updated first round. So a few weeks ago, we had actually last week we had Cesaro versus Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe ended up winning that match, so he moved on. And then we had Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre, and surprisingly, Ricochet pulled off the upset. And so in the second round, it's going to be Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. And then in another matchup, we had Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn. And as we know, that was a squash match, pretty much. Cedric ended up moving on. Miz versus Corbin happened, and Corbin ended up moving on. And it's going to be Cedric Alexander versus Baron Corbin in the second round. So that's for the Raw side of things. And on SmackDown side of things, we had Kevin Owens versus Elias. And this pretty much ended up busting my bracket. This and the Drew McIntyre, the two guys I had in the finals, ended up not even making it out of the first round. So Elias ended up beating Kevin Owens with a screwy finish. And then we had Ali versus Buddy Murphy in this other first round matchup. That was definitely one of the best matches in the first round so far. two really talented athletes. Really happy to see Ali win. So he's going to be facing Elias in the second round. And then we had Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, former tag team, facing off against each other. And Chad Gable ended up winning, as he should have. And we had Apollo Crews versus Andrade, which Andrade won. So in the second round, we have an enticing matchup of Chad Gable versus Andrade. So that is SmackDown side of things. So Cam, what have your thoughts been on the King of the Ring tournament so far and the winners?
Well, my bracket's been busted already. For starters. The best first round matches were on the Raw side, Cesaro and Joe, Ricochet and McIntyre. And on SmackDown, Mustafa and Buddy and Apollo and Andrade. The other matches, some of them went on too short to actually think about. Cedric and Sammy went on too short. Gable and Benjamin went on too short. Miz and Corbin I didn't care much for. Owens and Elias, they basically did the screwy finish early. So there's that. At least they're not being unpredictable. At least they're being unpredictable. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and who's your updated winner now that the second round matchups are set?
Semifinals will be Mustafa and Andrade, Baron and Ricochet. I might go on a limb and say Baron Corbin might win again. Just as a fuck you to the fans.
Yeah. I personally think Ali might end up winning. It kind of makes sense because this is kind of a silly reason because King of the Ring is kind of a gimmicky thing, even though it's supposed to be showcase for the best talent, but it ends up being kind of gimmicky. The winner ends up having this king gimmick, so I think maybe they end up calling Ali King Ali, and which is kind of a derivative of like Prince Ali, which,
And he turns heel.
or stays face as king. I don't know, but it would make sense if he turned heel. But I'm kind of going on a limb and picking Ali. But yeah. And Shawn, your thoughts on the King of the Ring tournament, and who do you think is going to win now that semifinals matchups are? The second round matchups are set now.
Pretty much all my prediction went on the shitter once Owens got out, even though I knew it was gonna happen. But I think Ali could win. I mean, is Ricochet still in the tournament?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
facing
Ricochet
Samoa
could.
Joe.
I think really anyone could, but like the most likely one, if they're gonna go by like what they do, like McIntyre, but like the fan favorite one, probably either Ricochet or Ali. The wild card is obviously Joe, but I think it personally I would want to see Ali win.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh damn, there he is. Yo, Ziggler.
Yeah.
All right, what are your thoughts on the first round matchups, and who do you think is going to win the King of the Ring tournament now that the second round matchups are set?
I feel like I'm the only one that's happy that Drew is out. I mean, I love Ricochet. I was hoping he was gonna beat Drew, and he did.
Drew's out. I didn't
Yeah,
even know.
Ricochet beat Drew in the first round.
Then why the fuck did nobody stop me when I said I think if they're gonna WWE's gonna go their route, Drew's gonna win.
Because how would that be funny? All right.
Hurtful.
So, yeah, since Ricochet beat Drew, I think Ricochet could win and become King Ricochet again, like he was in the Indies. That'd be dope. I'm really happy Drew is out. I know a lot of people love Drew McIntyre, but I just kind of think he's overrated. Show me one good Drew McIntyre match.
Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander. That was pretty good.
Okay, name me 3 good Drew McIntyre matches.
Drew McIntyre versus Cedric Alexander the week before.
That was not good. That was like 5 minutes.
Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode from Brooklyn 3.
Oh, that was not good. That was boring as fuck.
Drew
The War
McIntyre
Games
versus
match with Andrade.
Almas.
No, that was good.
Drew McIntyre versus
Oh my
Roman Reigns at WrestleMania
I was
35.
being rhetorical. That was a rhetorical question.
That was
Drew
not a good
McIntyre,
match. That was boring.
Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater versus whoever they face.
Did you just say Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal?
I said Drew
the
McIntyre,
most
Jinder
boring
Mahal,
wrestler of
and
all
Heath
time.
Slater.
Surely there.
Anyways, I'm happy Drew
We have
McIntyre is out of the
big
King of the Ring, and I hope
Anyways, watch that
King.
steel cage match. Surely.
I
was
hope
good.
I hope
Ziggler.
King Ricochet wins the King of the Ring. So, yeah. And I'm also really excited for the second round matchup between Chad Gable and Andrade. If they give that like a good 15 minutes, that can be an instant classic. So I hope that'll happen.
Instant classic.
But most likely they're gonna go with Baron Corbin just to say.
So we have two
Say
picks
what?
for. So we have two
Say
picks for
what?
Ricochet.
Hey,
One
we
for
were
Ali.
cheering Corbin at NXT. We got to support.
Yeah, they're just gonna go for Baron Corbin though.
Don't say you don't remember all of our time cheering Corbin versus Finn Balor.
Yeah, that was fun. That's when he was cool.
Yeah.
Now he's
He hasn't
just
been cool since 2017.
Damn.
ever since he
was
shaved his
Juju.
head, he stopped being cool.
Yeah, bald people, man.
Tell me about it. The only cool bald guy is Walter White.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, fuck Stone Cold Steve Austin compared
Damn.
to Walter White.
Yeah, he does not come close to Walter White.
What about that
Heisenberg.
one guy got us in all the movies?
Oh man, Walter White.
Oh, also Mike Ehrmantraut.
Oh, Mike.
Damn.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you guys about your opinion on this main event for Clash of Champions. So we have Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman facing against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler for the tag team championships. And then after that match, they will both face each other for the Universal Championship. So Cam, what was your reaction when you heard that about those two matchups, and what do you think is going to end up happening?
Heel turn. That is all. I don't care who.
Wait, who's? That's what I was going to ask you. Who?
Specific enough.
Strowman, since he's obviously the one that's like, I want that by him just looking at it in his body language. He might rip him in half and finally wins it.
Since it's like teasing with Strowman, it's supposed to gonna be like Seth Rollins and be like, fuck you, you thought it was gonna be Strowman, so now it's gonna be Seth Rollins to turn heel.
Yeah, my dream booking would be, okay, if Seth wins, then the Fiend attacks him after the match, and then we set up Fiend versus Rollins at Hell in a Cell.
Remember, after the match,
Random as
not
fuck,
during the match.
Yeah, after the match. I think that
Still
would be
can't
really
get
cool.
over that Hell in a Cell match
Random
from
as fuck.
2014. I hate that finish.
Yeah, I definitely hate that finish too. But hey, maybe.
Do you really think that it would look like the Fiend would be good for the Universal Championship already?
Yeah, this is too early.
Yeah.
And you don't
But he challenged him.
And you don't want the Fiend to lose, but you don't also want him to win and then get hurt.
I think, there's a slight chance Fiend could just end up winning at Hell in a Cell, because the character is so popular right now, and Seth Rollins is definitely not as popular with the fans anymore. So I could see Seth losing at Hell in a Cell.
It's too early, but you don't want Rollins to win and kill all this momentum.
Right.
So you got Rollins retaining at Clash?
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. And Strowman is like a very improbable winner in my eyes. Even though
Strowman
he should win.
lost his push.
I know he did. He
though.
should win, but I don't think he will.
But somehow he's still over as hell.
Exactly.
He's not
Can you
over
explain that
himself.
to me? Like he's still like everybody still loves him. I mean, he's still so over, and
He's a
they
guy
like
that breaks stuff.
They
yeah,
like
pretty much.
yelling Braun.
Yeah, I mean that's the confusing part, because he's a big man, and Vince loves his big men, and the fans are also behind him. That's like a perfect recipe. Just push this guy, but backstage
Yet they
politics
can't
happen,
pull the
and
trigger on him.
right, exactly.
It's kind of like, well, no, that's a bad example. Never
All right,
mind.
I'm not gonna
That
ask.
is a bad example.
I was literally about to say, like, well, kind of. I mean, even when Enzo and Cass were popular, they were like really like disliked backstage.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
never won the title belts.
Yeah, and did you know that there's rumors that Enzo and Cass might be returning to WWE?
Right,
no,
that's
no,
crazy.
it's not. That got debunked.
Oh, it did? Thank God.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
That's literally so terrible.
That would not be hilarious. That would be awful.
I literally
Yeah.
would hate everything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my gosh, me too.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Wrestling Bullshit, and we'll see you later.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that video, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And click on the channel to check out some more awesome videos like our movie and wrestling debates and our interviews with people like the Wrestling Classic and Jordan Jomo from the IGWC. And we are definitely looking into delivering you all some more content in the near future, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And thank you for your support.